and welcome to The Shield. I'm Amy Trober alongside my co-host, James Carnell. The Shield is produced by the Alumni Office and students in the Digital Media Arts program here at Nelson University.
Today we've got a packed lineup featuring the latest updates, important announcements, exclusive interviews, and spotlight stories to keep you in the loop on everything happening here at Nelson University. Plus, we'll show you the final qualification round for our fun trivia game, King of the Jungle, with host Rob Price.
But let's start this episode by celebrating some of our outstanding alumni in a segment we call Shoutouts.
Our first one we want to highlight is our Texas State Representative for District 93 and a Faith and Family Champion, Nate Schatzline.
This young man has quite the resume, from his political involvements to, of course, being an alumni of our prestigious university, but he's gone on to do some really incredible things.
Him and his wife pastor a church. They are also state representatives. He was the founder of For Liberty and Justice and also serves on the board Citizens for Life and Justice Reform. He's got a lot on his plate, but he's doing some great things.
That's really impressive. That's great. So we also want to highlight, this is a recent Alumni Award winner, Caden Metcalf.
Caden is a very sharp young man. I had a chance to sit down with him during our homecoming and talk about his life and his career. He is the lead pastor of a church, Radiant Church, in Surprise, Arizona. He's also a presbyter with the Assemblies of God district out there. He's done an amazing job. Started out as youth pastors and has moved up to the lead pastor position. The church is currently ranked, I think, 28th in the nation of the top 100 churches.
Oh, wow.
Doing an amazing job in that wonderful place, and we're just so proud of him.
That's great. That's really impressive. And then finally, we have our own Levi Rodriguez. You seem to know a little bit more about Levi.
Yeah, I kind of follow the sports aspect, and I love his time when he was here at Nelson. Great athlete, great student, great representative of what we want to see, right, as our alumni. He stayed here 3 years. It was a starter all 3 years here at Nelson, transferred to Texas A&M Commerce, where then after graduation was selected in the 7th round for the Minnesota Vikings.
Oh, wow. So my roommate from here is a major Minnesota Vikings fan.
Well, there you go.
So I think she would be very pleased to know that she's got a fellow alum on
there
the
you
field
go.
there.
And he's doing a great job. He's on the 53-man roster, which is a big deal.
Yeah.
And so it's really exciting to see our alumni out there doing a great job.
Yes, that's awesome. That's great. So next up, let's dive back into part 4 of a fun chat with Dr. Danny Alexander and his longtime friend and colleague, Dr. Dan Langston. They explore Dr. Langston's career journey after graduation and his path to becoming a beloved professor.
It's always enjoyable to hear them share their stories about time on campus. Let's hop back in to Legacy Lions.
Not only has your career been in academia, but you also served concurrently as lead pastor at Bethel Temple in Fort Worth for how many years?
About 6 years.
6 years. So you're here as a professor and you're here as a lead pastor. How have those two venues shaped your ministry and your identity?
Well, it was an opportunity that was presented to me to help Bethel as it was struggling, but to be quite frank, it was a amazing time, because it felt like, while doing it, because I love discipling and preaching and teaching, that it really felt like one hand washed the other. Here I was teaching, and I could refer to something that happened at the church, or talk about budgets, and all the things that you have to do, maintenance in the church and things like that. So it was a tremendous flexing of both of those things, and I learned a lot as being a pastor, and what a privilege it was.
So you were able to combine the theoretical with the practical.
Right. There was no doubt that, not just with me, but with any of our professors that are involved in church, that it's not just theory. They see us in church on Sunday morning.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. You have recently published a book
Yes.
Tell me the name of the book.
Future Without Fear, Celebrating Victory in Revelation.
All right. Tell us about it.
Well, I had been asked by my church to do a 13-week study on Wednesday nights. And just about that same time, another church, Freedom Church in Carrollton, called me to teach on Sunday mornings in the same zone. And so I found myself teaching on Sunday morning and Wednesday night the same information about Revelation. And I had felt for several years while teaching in Pentecostal doctrine that maybe our churches hadn't quite emphasized the end times information as much. And while teaching these courses, it became pretty clear to me that a book might be in order. And because Revelation is not a disappointment, it's victory for the believer. And everybody needs to know. So we felt like maybe we should put that in a book form.
I also hear it's in audio form.
It is.
Yeah, I just heard that today.
It is.
In fact,
my son-in-law and a couple of others said, why don't you do that in Audible? And so I researched it, and yep, it's in Audible, read by yours truly.
Now, if someone wanted a commercial break right here, if someone wanted a copy of your book, how would they get it?
They go to Amazon and type in Future Without Fear, Celebrating Victory, and it'll show up in all the formats: paperback, hardback, ebooks,
All right.
and Audible.
All right. Then your involvement has also extended to hosting a YouTube program.
Yes.
And the name of that program is what?
Bible on the Go with Dr. Dan.
Okay. Tell us about it.
Well, my family alerted me a few years ago to the fact that all I ever did was talk about the Bible, and I needed to find a venue for it.
Okay.
And I said, what? Like, what am I supposed to do? Go teach in churches or preach in churches? And my children said, you know what you need to do? In fact, it was Olivia, who's become my producer, said, what you need to do is you need to do short little 5-minute Bible lessons on YouTube. I said, I don't know the first thing about that. She said, all you got to do is sit in front of a camera and share the same kind of stuff, and I'll help produce it, and the rest is history.
Dan and Danny are true icons here at Nelson, and we'll hear the last segment of their interview in the Shield's final episode coming up soon. But for now, it's time for some more Nelson trivia. Play along with us as we enter the final qualifying round of King of the Jungle. I'm your Jungle host, Rob Price, and we've got 3 more contestants joining us on set today. One of them will join 3 other qualifiers for our championship round in the next episode of The Shield. Let's meet today's Jungle fighters. First, moving left to right, identify yourself and why you are here at Nelson University. Ma'am.
Hi, I'm Dr. Zaldivar. I'm the chair of the business department, and I teach in the marketing classes and MBA.
You sound very smart. You could be very scary in this game. How many years have you been here, Miss Shelley?
I've been here since 2011.
Okay, let's test your trivia. In the middle, go ahead, please. A much younger young lady than these 2 veteran Nelson employees. You are?
My name is Anna Amara. I am a freshman here at Nelson. I play on the women's soccer team, and I'm from Alabama.
AAA, Anna Amara, Alabama. Here we go. Number 3, I know who you are. Identify yourself.
I'm Beverly Robinson, Director of Career Development.
And you've been here a minute.
27 years.
You should win this thing.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna give her the favorite odds. Okay, here we go, ladies. We got 4 questions. You have your tablets. There'll be 4 multiple choice answers, A, B, C, or D. So give us your answers. Ready to play? Here we go. For round 1 of King of the Jungle. Look to the screen on the right. Here we go. How many acres does the Nelson campus cover? Is it A, 70, B, 88, C, 65, or D, 90? Lock in your answers with 1 letter, please. How big is our campus? Okay, ladies, flip your answers over. Then we'll look at the answer on the screen. We have D, C, and C. Okay. Answer is? Oh, it's A, 70. Swing and a miss, all three of you. Okay, let's fight back. Question number 2. Okay, here we go. Who is the current director of the track and field program? Is it A, Delton Deal, B, Matthew Cornacioni, C, Cesar España, or D, Robert Herrera? D for Miss Shelley, B for Anna, and D, my son. Is that your son? The answer is, it's D, Robert Herrera. So we got some scores now. Look to my screen here. The score is going to be 1 for Dr. Salvador, 0 for Anna, and 1 for Beverly. Question number 3. Erase your answers for this one coming up. Which women's sports program won the NCCAA National Championship in 2022? Was it A, volleyball, B, softball, C, basketball, or D, soccer? This is a great question. One of our ladies won it all 2 years ago. Which sport was it? Lock in your answers, please. A, B, C, or D. If you're ready, let's see your answers. Flip them over. We've got A, and B. Okay, answer is, it's B for softball. Beverly takes the lead. I thought you may know a lot of these. You're doing good. Let's check our scores for our final question. Score is now going to be 1 for Salvador, 0 for Anna, and 2 for Beverly. Okay, you got to catch her and hope she misses. Question number 4, here we go. Which building on campus served as the cafeteria during the late 80s and early 90s? Interesting. Was it A, Collins Hall, B, the Barnes Student Center, C, Foster, or D, Davis? I remember those days. I worked here back in the day. I remember which place I walked to eat my lunchtime meal. Do you know? Let's find your answers. What'd you guess? We have a C, and C. They all guess Foster. Is that correct? Yes, they are. They all got it right. So if my math's right, I think our final score is going to put Beverly on top. Let's have a look and see here. It is. Miss Beverly wins with 3 out of 4. Congratulations, Miss Robinson.
Thank you.
You're going to move on for our final championship round. Here's who you're going to play against. Cherie Blair, another smarty pants. Peter Reynolds and Jerry Roberts. Tough competition. One of you four is going to win a $50 gift card to Texas Roadhouse. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right, we'll see you in a few weeks. Ladies, thanks for playing. Appreciate it. It was awesome. Good luck in the future on the soccer field. You said soccer?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, keep going at it. Okay, appreciate you. Now let's head back over to Amy now, who's excited to chat with a very special guest right here on set. Amy, who you got?
Thanks, Rob. I'm joined today by a very special guest from the Communication Arts Department, Jacque Cabrera. She is the new theater instructor here at Nelson and is making a huge impact in just her first 3 semesters. First of all, I think we were on the same page today, and so I am really glad to see you here in your
Yes, we color coordinated.
Yes, we did, and we didn't even know it. So welcome. So there's a lot to talk about, but first is the most recent accomplishment was the recent production of Our Town. I've heard rave reviews about it. Tell us about that.
So we just did Our Town. It was very successful. We had several big audiences, and we were just really happy with how it came over. The set was beautiful, but it had an amazing message. So I think it was a great message for our community, just about being present in the moment.
Yeah, that's so great.
Yeah.
And I've seen so many students be involved in a variety of facets in so many theater productions, including Our Town. And then I'm also hearing the buzz of the future things going on.
Yeah.
So we've got Yeti, It's Cold Outside. That's coming up pretty soon.
Yes, so that's going to be December 5th through 7th.
Oh, wow, that's very soon.
Yes, very soon. They're actually working on that right now.
Yes.
And it's going to be in our Black Box Theater, and it's directed by Andrew Trimble and Jacqueline Murillo.
Oh,
but what's really cool about Yeti is it's written by a Nelson alum, Kevin Roberts. So it's got our school written all over it.
Yes,
Yeah.
I love that. And then you also have a big spring production, The Little Mermaid.
We do.
Yes.
So we're really excited excited. We had a live orchestra last year, and we're going to do that again.
Oh, wow.
And we're opening up a performance during campus days for campus day students, but also for local homeschoolers and then different high school groups as a field trip. So it's a really good recruiting event for us as well.
Yes, and just to bring so many people in the area
Yes.
to notice what is happening on Nelson University campus, and specifically with the theater program. And truly, just watching that happen over the last 3 semesters, I've seen it. So you've really made a huge splash, and it's so exciting. One of the exciting developments is the theater lab. I've seen some photos. Tell us about that.
So it's a project we started this summer, and the goal of the theater lab is we have several classes in there. Like this year I'm teaching theatrical design. Next semester I'm going to be teaching stage makeup, but we also use it during rehearsals for the crew and for the actors to apply makeup. So it's very nice. We've got costume machines, everything. So sewing machines, yeah.
What a great thing to offer our students. That's so great. So speaking of offering to students, there are more offerings that are now becoming available in the theater program itself. So tell me more about that.
Yes, so we have a few new classes that I'm very excited about. We have a costuming class where students will learn how to do a costume design but also construct a costume. And the goal of that class is to actually construct costumes that we will use in productions. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And we have a musical theater class where we will cover singing, choreography, and acting that I'm very excited about. We're really working on building the musical theater department here. And we have a stagecraft class where we're going to talk about lighting, sound, all of the different elements for the stage to really prepare them for theater in the real world.
Yes, that's so great. I'm really excited to see all of this because I've just seen quick growth happening. So I can't imagine what's ahead. And I truly am seeing the fingerprints of your work and your influence on all of these theater students just really come alive across our campus. And there is a specific theater influence in the studio today with our very own backdrop here. I understand one of your students designed this.
Alex, he's in Intro to Fine Arts. He's very gifted, and he designed that beautiful lion stone piece.
That's so great.
Yeah.
That's so great. Well, thank you, Alex, to that. Thank you so much, Jackie, for joining us today. This has been so much fun to have you here and getting Pink onto the studio. So now it's time to spotlight a standout student athlete making moves on and off the basketball court. Under the watchful eye of head coach Delton Deal, senior CJ Hall is putting a full court press on his entire life here at Nelson University. Here is today's Eye on Athletes.
Yeah, CJ's a phenomenal person. He's a lot deeper person than you probably see. It's not just about basketball, even though he loves the game. You know, he really wants to grow as a man. So, you know, I love seeing his growth. I love who he is off the floor, even more so than who he is on the court.
Yeah, I always walk through this area. Like day to day, I really just am thankful for waking up. I think that's something that we take for granted, and I just appreciate, you know, going through this journey, whether I accomplish the goal or not. You know, it's about the process and it's about the people you bring along with it. So I enjoy like my connections with other people.
He's a great person off the court, one of the just like happiest people I know, always bringing joy, like right in the locker room, bringing joy everywhere else.
Well, his work ethic is second to none, so you're not going to meet anybody that works harder than him. Yeah, CJ's growing every single day on, you know, that's one of the big things that we really worked at. You know, when he first got here, I think that he was dealing with it and he had a good grasp of how to deal with adversity and do things like that. But, you know, as he's grown, he's just really come up with different ways to handle it, mainly because he's becoming stronger in his faith. He's becoming stronger in the man that he wants to be, and his identity is being grounded in more things than just basketball. So every day he just, you know, he's learning and growing and how to get better, and he's a leader of our team, or one of the leaders of our team. And, you know, we expect big things out of him, and he expects big things out of himself. So as a great basketball player, you know, that can bring weird emotions, but he's learning how to handle it better every day and learn how to overcome it.
Coach Deal, man, that's my guy. Man, there's so many things I could say about Coach Dill, man. He's a great dude. You know, I really appreciate him, and he's been like a good father figure in a sense. It's been coaching, but I think his impact and what he preaches every day, like talking about joy, and you know, he's a good coach when it comes to basketball, but it's really more about your character, you know, and how you perceive and respond to things that he presents to you, because there's gonna be adversity, you know, just do it from love. So he's a great coach, he's a great mentor, and I love him.
His skill level is really high, and he's always been good at basketball, but I think that's really what separates him from the other guys, or from other people, other players.
But I think you have to walk before you can run. And, you know, I'm just taking it step by step and being patient and just enjoying the process. This won't stop me, you know, so I'm just gonna keep one foot in front of the other and just keep going and enjoy the process and the people that are in it.
That's all for this episode of The Shield. On behalf of our team of executive producers, Rick Bowles, Rob Price, and our student producers from the Digital Media Arts program, thanks again for watching. This has been The Shield, where at Nelson University, you can experience greater.